We in the house, DJ Dizam on the camera, the ones and twos camera. Word.
That's so funny.
Myself, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
Keeping it in the background, Merc 80, of course.
Need to come forward, but you know, it's all good.
No, I keep myself anonymous this time. And right here, the man, the myth, the legend, Montage One.
Bruce Wayne himself with his rap game, you know what I mean? How y'all doing out there in, you know, internet land, chilling? I'm at the Bat Cave, you know what I'm saying? I got guest over, and it's 10:63 OGX time, so take it away.
All right. Last time, you know, we did the interview before where I pretty much asked you the usual standard questions, so I'm gonna kind of divvy it up. They can connect and see the first interview that we did, but let's change it up real quick. The question I didn't get to ask you before is, how did you get your name, Montage One?
I guess the end of my 8th grade year, you know, I went to a junior high that was comprised of 7th and 8th grade. You know how some of them are different. Some do 7th, 8th, 9th. Some do, it's just weird, but this is the traditional 7th, 8th, junior high school. And they were preparing us for what was to come, which was the SATs. They kind of like assigned each person a word, and the word that happened to be assigned to me was montage. Granted, I don't know what the fuck anything like this could even be. You know, first of all, it's French. Somehow in an English dictionary, having a meaning. I had to do that classic, you know, define it, put it in a sentence, and talk about the definition of it, or each, you know, part of the definition, you know, explain that even. That was mine. Then that turned into one of those things where you kind of always said, I bet you don't know what this means. Like, I used to do that with that word, because it was a hard word for, you know, 8th graders back then. So that kind of got turned into a tease name to me. Here comes montage, blah, blah, Then I started getting into graffiti. Starts making sense. Start getting into breaking DJing. Starts making more sense. Start making beats, start rapping. It's making all the sense in the world. I would like to thank Miss Pecos, okay? Miss Pecos, if you are still alive, thank you for assigning me that word, because that word has been my name since then. And a lot of people change their names to get cooler in the game. Mine has just happened to travel with me, so there you have it.
What school was that, by the way? Can we shout out the school?
Yeah, actually Monroe Junior High.
Yeah.
Monroe, stand up, you know what I'm saying? Inglewood, that's where I'm from.
Right. When I Instagram a picture of you, somebody said, did you go to Westchester?
Yeah, I went to Westchester.
Like, Westchester alumni, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
100% West Coast all around, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, in every way. Although my raps are coastless, you know, like, I just spit the good rhyme. I don't really think it has a home. It's just wherever, it's kind of like Green Lantern. Wherever that ring wanted to show up, it showed up. All those people have that power. You know what I'm saying?
So in terms of like the way that you put this album together with this one was a little bit different than the last album. So how did this process go between the two? If you compare the last album to this one, just the process of making it, where you were coming from.
The last one, like every other, you know, good fucking vicious MC, producer, blah, 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 becomes victim. I did too, and I pretty much kind of put my world on it and just tried to say, save me, album. I was in a situation where I needed to be saved, you know what I'm saying? Things weren't right financially, and I put stuff like that out there for y'all to hear, so you know I'm relating, coming from the exact same areas you come from. I mean, hell, I have a song, Scared to Live, on this album that really touches on that, the ups and downs of this game. But basically, like I said, tried to save myself with the last one. With this one, I'm in a good place. So when you're in a good place, you're unstoppable. I mean, it's like your zen is just at its all-time high. This is a testament to timeless good music. I've technically, you know, stepped away from all the things that I did on 10-6-2 that were more in a rush to try and make sure that someone and everyone hears it. Like, you gotta take a stand like this. When your music is really good, it's gonna be a fucking heavy shot to the dome when somebody flips that rock over finally. You know, as long as you're doing that, it's a slow burn. It doesn't matter how long it takes. As long as your legacy is intact, that is what makes you different from other MCs or producers. When you are discovered, people are upset at themselves because they didn't know about this sooner. That's the difference. I'm taking that approach, and that's gonna win for me regardless, because it's kind of like having, you know, and I don't want to be biblical, but having faith in Christ. It's just gonna win for you whether, you know, it's just a myth or, you know, fake belief or a real deal, blah, blah, blah. It's there in place to do something. Just believe in something and you can just be at peace with yourself and do all the things you should do to actually make other good records.